Oh, hello there. This is UberWoodage93 coming at you with a little bit of an update. I'm enjoying this wonderful soft cookie, but you guys need a new video. It's been a while, and I've been in college, and I still play children's card games. Can you imagine? So, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an update on my Chaos Kuriboh deck. It's been a while since I first made it. Made a lot of changes, for the better, of course, especially in this new Chaos favorite format. Sorry, camera is attached to the laptop, so I'm going to have to angle it a little bit towards my chest and just show the cards. Sorry, it's not like every other YouTube video that's just a generic staring at a mat and then cards being flopped down. I'm also angling at my chest because I'm sick, and you don't want to see a runny nose. That's just gross. So let's get started. First, 3 Kuribohs. Very important to this deck. Stalls damage, great dark fuel for your graveyard, and you can drop more than one per turn if need be. Next is 3 Wing Kuribohs. Yes, they're all the winky ones. They're the coolest ones, honestly. And yep, set 1. Your opponent has 5 monsters. They can all attack, and nothing will happen to you because once it goes to the graveyard, its effect activates, and you'll take no battle damage for the rest of the turn. 3 Chaos Sorks, kind of necessary for this deck. You know, Chaos deck, Chaos Sorcerer, kind of works. Just great card. Some people can get away with running 2 if they run other things. I run 3, and I usually use 3 per match. Oops, technically this back card's not there. 2 Thunder Kings, great in this new format. Can stop Tengus, can stop tour guides. Restricts drawing things to, you know, your actual draw. You know, you can't just spam draws. And you know, if you don't run one in your deck, it's not a main thing. You probably could even side one. It'll stop a lot of these newer decks if you can get it out there soon enough. Complementing and also contrasting the Thunder Kings, we have Doom Cows. They are great. They stop effects. You can totally lock your opponent down if you have a Thunder King and a Doom Cow on the field because they can't use effects. They can only draw, you know, when they're supposed to draw, and neither play against special summon monsters. You kind of limit them to nothing. And it doesn't clash with Thunder King because Thunder King is passive and so is this. So, awesome. Dark Resonator. He's a tuner, which Spirit Reaper is not. I know everyone's like, Spirit Reaper, not Dark Resonator. But I like to Synchro Summon. He might only be able to stop 2 attacks before he like goes down for a turn, but I can Synchro Summon with him. I can't Synchro Summon with a Spirit Reaper. Herald of Orange Light. Not many people run him. He's a Divine Wrath from the hand with another Light Fairy, aka any of your Wing Kuribohs. Your opponent can't stop it except with a Veiler. I don't even know if they can stop it with a Veiler. I'm pretty sure they can. But it's not like a Divine Wrath where they can just Dark Bribe it and then you dumped your card for no reason. Sangan searches nearly anything in my deck. He's Dark Fuel, and he's also Gold Rare, so why wouldn't I run him? DD Warrior Lady. Great for stopping high-level monsters that you're planning on attacking you. Just remove it from play. You might lose some life points if you elect to attack it, but the payoff's going to be a lot better when you're not getting hit with like 3,000 directly on your next turn. Battle Fader. Love his effect that he stops the battle phase. Don't necessarily like the fact that he disappears and removes from the game after his effect's done. Because I don't run a Burial, and my Chaos deck is not based entirely around removing from play and then getting them back with Burial, like things like Deaux and stuff. So, great card to mitigate your damage, but kind of wish it would go to the graveyard instead. Necro Gardener, same thing. Stops an attack, great. It's Dark Fuel, but you can also remove it from play. You kind of fluctuate your Dark Monster count in case Dad is on the verge or you have 4. You can remove him for play on an attack, and you know, then you can get your Dad out. Marshmallow, perfect stall card. Of course it is. Card is brilliant. You can make your opponent lose 1,000 if they attack it face down. Can't be destroyed by battle. Wonderful. Cyber Dragon, great for special summoning and just the 2100 attack. A lot of Chaos decks don't have a lot of strong attack because they rely on their special summons and they're removed from play. So he's great for that, and you can Chimera Tech your opponent with it if you have a Chimera Tech in your extra deck, which I will show you later. So, great card. Kraz, a lot of people don't run him. I do, because not only can you pop up to 2 cards, you can pop your own. It sounds kind of stupid, but if you have excess cards and you know you have your opponent on the ropes, you can use him for draw power, because you can draw cards based on the cards that he pops. That's why a lot of people don't like him. They think you have to pop your opponent's cards. You can pop a useless back row because you know your opponent's not going to be attacking. You can pop like a magic cylinder if you have like a deep prison also. You know, it's just a utility card. Caius. I'm not going to explain Caius. He's awesome. He's just great. And Dark Arm. Any dark variant of any deck is going to have this guy in it. He is your trump card. He is your win condition. So hang on to this guy and hope you draw him early in the duel, please. On to spells. 1 Flute of Summoning Kuriboh. I use it because it's an emergency lifesaver. You can quick play it to bring the Kuriboh to your hand, still in the battle phase, and then discard the Kuriboh. Or you can quick play a Wind Kuriboh on your field and face up defense. They attack it, no more battle damage for the rest of their monsters. You know, it's a savior either way. Foolish. Fuel your graveyard sooner. Why wait for your opponent to destroy a monster when you can kill it yourself? Pot of Avarice. Might only be able to run 1, but still run it. It's great. It gets your monsters back just like it needs to. Heavy Storm. New format. Your opponent goes first, sets down 4 traps, none of which can stop Heavy Storm, and then you Heavy Storm. Game's over. Forbidden Chalice. Stops a lot of strong effects, especially things like Christia, which is not brand new, but it's starting to get used a lot more now. Which Christia can negate your special summons. So use this, then quickly get your special summons out of the way, and get rid of Christia before the effect wears off. 2, Pot of Duality. Now that the super rare, you should have some if you can afford it. Great card. I wouldn't run 3. I feel like 3 kind of clogs your deck. 2 will do just fine. 1 MST. You don't need to run 3 right off the bat because you don't know if you're going to need all the 3 that you're allowed. I run 1 and side 2. So it's a great card. Stops a lot of those things, like especially Macro. Macro Cosmos can ruin so many decks. Run. Dark Hole, self-explanatory. Swords, self-explanatory. And Reborn, self-explanatory. Now for traps, Dark Bribe, spell and trap stopper. Torrential, multiple summon stopper. Bottomless, single summon stopper. Magic Cylinder, Mirror Force, and Deep Prison, all attack stoppers. And then you have your Solemn Judgment and your Solemn Warning. Anything stoppers. Especially now that Solemn is super, Solemn Warning, I'd try to get some if you could. Quickly moving on to the extra deck. Don't want to make this video run too long, guys. Dark End Dragon, very well easy to summon with any kind of dark variant deck. Cataster, kind of your staple card, can get rid of a lot of tough stuff as long as it's not a dark type. Bryonic, if you have one and you're not running it, I can't help you. Iron Chain, good for the mill, assuming your opponent doesn't want to do so himself. Ancient Fairy, can save your butt if your opponent's got like a 2900 monster. Hey, 3000 defense. Red Dragon Archfiend, stops a lot of that new stuff, like Spirit Reapers and Marshmallons that are everywhere now because of Chaos. Can KO them all with 1 attack. Never used him much before, and now I love him. Stardust, it's your savior card. Colossal Fighter, keeps coming back if it's destroyed by battle. So if your opponent's attacking a lot, you can use him. Mistworm returns 3 monsters. A lot of people run a Trishula. If I had one, I would run it probably instead of this guy, but he's a great substitute if you can't afford a Trishula. Because you return 3 cards to the hand. You can clear a field for an OTK. And Chimera Tech. You can steal all your opponent's monsters. You can use your Cyber Dragon plus their machines, or their Cyber Dragon in your machines. It doesn't matter. You can just take it all. And a quick side deck. It's not a perfect side deck. It's just 15 cards that are kind of useful that I want to have in case of emergency. Fossil Dyna Pachycephalo. Great stopper card for all special summoning. You can kill decks with this. Absolute Crusader. He's kind of new. I kind of like him. He can stop a level 5 or higher special summon. Gold Sark. Don't know really why that's in there. It's just kind of in there. Book. Book is really important, especially for some of these stronger monsters with weaker defense. 2 MSTs in case I really need 3 because I only run 1 in the main. Starlight because Heavy Storm and Dark Hole are both active right now. A Divine Wrath, just in case. Probably won't run it, but it's just kind of in here. A Trap Stun, in case I want to make a big power play, and I know my opponent usually runs like some attack stopping cards. You can negate them all for 1 turn. 2 Pulling the Rugs in case people are still running summon effects like Dragoonides and things like that. A Bottomless. 2 Compulsories, don't really know why 2 are in here. And a Magic Cylinder extra. So that was my Chaos Kuriboh deck, plus an extra deck and side deck. Leave your comments, rate, and enjoy, and I'll catch you next time, YouTube.